scared me again. It got me.
It got me the other day when we were on the sirens call when Hannah
You
made it say
know,
recording in progress. I was like,
see, I
oh,
know it's always coming. Like, I know to expect it, but like, I don't. The voice talking in my headphones, I'm like, robot Zoom
it is a bit of a jump
girl.
scare. Yeah.
Just a little. Just a little.
I need us to stop recording at 8 p.m.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I wish I
So
had weekend
tired.
days off. That would be so nice.
No, it's okay. It's just like because then we have to like record and then I have to also like edit the episode before tomorrow happens because I have to like work
You know what
tomorrow.
I imagine you being like? If you're not watching this episode, you're not gonna like get it, seeing me, but you know, like the cat gif where the cat's like typing on the keyboard. That's what I imagine you look. I know that is not how you edit these things, but I imagine that's what you like look like in your
No,
brain.
typically I am fully horizontal laying down with the computer like on my chest, like right
I
here,
love that.
and being like, yeah,
But that cat is living in your mind. That's how you're functioning.
yeah, I wish I was functioning at that speed. No, it takes me so long.
That's just whenever you talk about it, I'm like, that's literally how I imagine Ken's editing the podcast. Is that
Well,
cat furiously typing on the keyboard?
if there's ever an episode where it sounds like maybe I didn't edit it fully, it's because I fell asleep in the middle of it and then I woke up the next morning and went, it's
Oops,
fine.
it's okay. It happens.
Yeah.
I
It's fine.
appreciate it. It's okay. That's so funny.
If anyone wants to edit
Maybe
our podcast for free.
we should just
No.
learn how to not talk.
No,
That's half the
it's not even
problem.
that. A lot of it's like dead space or like if one of us hits our microphone or
Oh,
something. Like
the little stuff.
it yeah, 'cause like I hate when you like are listening to a podcast and you all of a sudden are like deafened by like a weird sound.
You're like, oh,
Also like parents interrupting the podcast, brothers interrupting, us
all of things
us hitting
happening.
record and then still having a 10-minute conversation
Oh yeah, you
that
gotta.
has nothing to do with the podcast and I have to like cut it a little bit to be like,
Like,
okay,
sorry.
people don't need to know our personal information, so let's cut it here. Because sometimes we'll hit record and we're like, yeah, we're gonna talk now. And then we're like, oh wait, hold on, one
Actually
more thing.
talking until it like rolls into the same conversation we're having, literally.
Yeah, but like sometimes there's like names involved or like
Yeah, we can't be spilling these
work
things.
events and like not that I tell you anything about my job, but like I am not posting anything about my job on the internet. So even if I'm like, oh, this case is really annoying, like
Ken's,
beyond that,
you would also say that to me, and I'd be like, yeah, great. I
I
have
know.
no idea what that means. I love that for you, but I don't get any of that.
No, yeah, but like I don't need that on the internet.
No, I
Like
know what you mean. I'm
again,
just saying I
not
can't
sharing
comprehend.
confidential information.
That's also very important.
But like I don't want anyone knowing where I work. So like that's part of the issue.
Valid.
Um, speaking of working, I just found out how many teams I am covering next season
Oh, I was like, where is this going?
for the outlet that I'm covering, and I was like, are we sure?
Say.
Are we sure we trust me with all of that information?
Well,
It's like a lot.
yeah.
I'm excited, but I'm also like a little terrified.
No, I get that. You'll be fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Learning,
Yeah.
important.
All right, well, welcome back. This is a podcast. Um,
Read between the blue lines.
there you go.
In
Thank
case you
you.
forgot. In case you forgot.
I did
We're
for a
not just
second.
randomly people talking to you.
I
I
think we
guess we
are
kind of
actually.
are. I said that and was like, hold on. Actually,
We are, in fact, just two random women who
we have too many things to
talk
say.
about hockey,
And said the
with
internet gets to hear us.
qualifications. But
Yes. But we still decided to put that on the internet instead of just in our text messages and phone calls.
so silly of us. There is one of the people on Threads, which if you aren't following us on Threads, it's a time over there.
Threads is an experience and well, I
It's
guess like
really
all social
fun
media
for
is.
us.
It is an experience, yes.
But Threads is where we like have like the most conversations, which is lovely. Um,
Very true.
but someone tagged us and was like, I love listening to the podcast on like a Wednesday, and then things have already have happened, and it's like you guys are so wrong.
There's so many things that happen in a week,
I know. And
and
like,
we apparently are not very good at guessing things that go
which
correctly
is fine.
ever.
We don't have to be.
No.
I just think it's really funny that someone was like, I love listening to it like a few days later and being like, guys, that game already happened. And it's like, well, yeah.
Well, actually, in an alternate universe, it would have went our way. So,
In a lot of alternate
and
universes, it went our way.
yes, and if you didn't
So
actually watch that game or know what we're talking about, we could be right until you look up the information and find out we are not.
it's like Schrodinger's
If we're
podcast.
looking into the future, yes. You never know.
We are neither correct nor incorrect until you know the answer.
We cannot see the future. We just pretend we can.
See into the
So,
future.
yeah, literally.
Mm, mm,
We
mm.
try our best. That's what we can promise. We try our best.
I think I'm losing it.
Yes.
Um, okay. So yeah, this is a hockey podcast, theoretically. I would like to note, I wanted to
Listening.
start the podcast with this and then I forgot.
Okay.
We both know that there is a lot going on in the world
Oh,
right now. Um,
correct.
we are here in this platform currently to provide a distraction for you right now. And if that's not something you want, click off. But if you want to hear us
Yeah.
ramble for however long about stuff that really doesn't matter,
Yeah.
welcome. If you want to talk
That's
to
why
us
we're
about
here.
stuff that does matter, DM us and we will have a
I was gonna
conversation
say,
with you.
we absolutely can do that. Not
Um,
on this, but yes.
but like right now, I don't need to talk about it anymore because I will crumble. So
Yeah.
we are here.
My brain can only handle like so much.
Yeah.
It's not doing great.
I'm at the
It's
point where
okay.
I'm rewatching old Disney movies to like,
Wait, wait. I just had this thought today. I've never brought this up with you. This song, it was in my Spotify playlist and it came out when I was driving home before. Dream in the Hannah Montana movie.
okay.
Okay. And it came on and I was like, oh my God, I forgot how much I love this song, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, now I feel like I have to go watch the Hannah Montana movie because it would just make me feel like I'm 8 years old again. I'm so happy and nothing matters. And I was like,
Do you want to
so
hear something really embarrassing? Finish your thought actually first
no,
before
I was
I.
gonna say like that I was on the same path as you where I'm like now I'm going back to being like this would make me feel good. So now I'm gonna go watch random Disney Channel or Disney movies. But yes, so we are on the same page there. What were you gonna say?
It's really embarrassing.
How is it? Is it related to Disney movies? How is it
Yeah,
embarrassing?
it is. So the Hannah Montana movie came out when I was
I was literally
probably,
9.
no, it was before then.
It was like 2009. I'm gonna look it up right now.
No, it was before then because I still lived in my first house.
2009 film.
Really?
Yes, I'm not lying. I saw that movie in the movie theaters and I got like the special like there was like a whole package thing for it. It's like before like going to see movies was like a thing really ish. But yeah, 2009.
I guess it came out right before I moved then.
They have terrible ratings for this movie on the internet.
Well,
What the
yeah,
heck?
I mean, objectively, it's a bad movie, I
Okay,
think.
but not to
I,
9-year-old
I know.
me. Leave it
So I
alone.
guess it must have come out like right before I moved towns,
Okay. It came out, if you want the exact date, April 10th, 2009.
which still doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. That's what it is.
No,
That's
because
what it
I
says.
already. Anyways, so at some point,
I don't know.
I really liked playing dress up as a child,
Okay, valid.
and I really liked making people listen to me sing.
Okay,
Um,
valid.
and I
There's
had.
nothing embarrassing with this so far.
Mm,
It's just a normal
it's
guy.
embarrassing in hindsight talking about it as a 24-year-old
Okay.
year old. As a 7-year-old old, it's probably like cute. Um, and so I had my two lovely neighbors who are like an aunt and uncle to me
Love it.
and who would let me put on a show for them. We called it dinner and a show, and they would literally let me
Okay.
like scream my head off, and I would be like, "Oh my God, great job, Mackenzie."
You're a star.
Which you would think I was like a Leo sun based on the way that I acted as a child. Nope, there's no Leo in my chart as far as I'm
Oh
aware.
my
Only
God.
one. Anyways, I liked playing dress up. I had a lot of wigs, I had a lot of costumes, I had a lot of shoes.
It's
Okay.
iconic.
So oh, you know what? It was after I moved because I vividly remember wearing a wig to their house and trying to convince them that I had dyed my hair.
Okay, again, this is all I feel like a normal experience.
So I had brought all of my wigs and costumes with me and put them in my aunt's room, and then I put on "You'll Always Find Your Way Back Home." And you know how she goes
Iconic.
back and forth and like changes it.
Yes.
Okay. So it was literally like my 7-year-old little butt was like running into the room, changing, coming back, having a new outfit,
I
singing part of the
love
song,
this.
running back into the room, changing, having another outfit. And
No,
I
this is
did
iconic.
that for I want to say 2 hours.
Oh my God. The fact you had enough energy, well, of course, like you're 7 years old, but
seven
like
years old.
a 2 hour marathon of
And
the
then
same song.
And then they gave me Weetabix and honey and sent me home. Which, if you don't know what Weetabix is, it's I want to say like Irish UK, but it's like a cereal bar type of
Yeah.
thing.
I love how they just
It's
give these things to you and be
amazing.
like, see ya.
If anyone knows where I can
Bye.
find it in the United States, please let me know.
I
Um,
feel like I've seen it.
I would literally the things that I would do for like a good bowl of Weetabix some mornings is absurd.
If
So
I
that's where
ever
I'm
find it,
at
I'm gonna
mentally.
deliver it to you playing that song. Like it will
Um,
only be delivered to you when that Hannah Montana song is playing.
Well, because I had like 5 different wigs from Irish Dance. I had like a bunch of like
I
colorful
love
wigs from
this.
Halloween. I had a really long Hannah Montana wig. And so I
You
literally
had
just
enough for
like
outfit
I
changes. It
did and a
worked.
lot of enough outfit changes to go on for so long.
Iconic. This is not embarrassing. This is a normal experience.
Well, it's also funny because I had like a
But
stage name and one of my best friends, it's literally her name and we were talking about it like a few years ago and I was like
I
this is
love
really
this.
creepy actually. I don't like this.
Never mind.
I'm like, "Oh my God, invisible string theory."
I
So
mean,
yeah, I
yeah,
really love that
true.
song, and I really hope that when we do get debut Taylor's version, she puts Crazier and You'll Always
One of
Find Your Way
my
Back Home on there.
all-time favorites. I listened to that one was on repeat even when it wasn't. I'm so sorry. There were still ones that I listened to when they weren't. I Rep was on repeat anyway.
Yeah, I wasn't one of those people that
And
like once a Taylor's version came out, I stopped listening to the OG, but if
yeah,
there
that's how I
wasn't a
was.
Taylor's version, I was still listening to the OG,
I was the same way. The
which
only one I felt
yeah.
really bad about was Sweeter Than Fiction was released as a Taylor's version, but only on like the Target edition vinyl, which I
Yes.
did not buy. And it never hit streaming. So I was like, girl, I can't like I know it exists, but I don't have it. So
That
I did
wasn't one
that
of the
one too.
songs that I like had to listen to, so I
No,
just
but I
didn't.
also love that one.
That's valid. That's
But
a very
Crazier,
you
yes.
song.
I don't even know. I don't remember if she did that on the Aero store. But
I
if
want to
you
say she did.
if you got that as a surprise song, like if I had a Rob list for people who got like surprise songs, yeah, that one would be top of my list.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's underrated, but for me, it's going up there.
But like, how
Just
cute would it
saying.
be for the last song on debut TV to be "You'll Always Find Your Way Back Home"? Maybe a
Don't
collab
don't get
with
my hopes
Miley
up.
because Miley's now legally allowed to sing Hannah
Yeah.
Montana
Oh,
songs. Which also that was
I
like
love
my
it.
first concert, I think I want to say was Miley.
Oh
So,
my God, really?
yeah.
Iconic. I love that. Anyway,
So yeah, that's the
go watch some old Disney movies if you're also feeling like us.
I watched Brother Bear the other day, which if you haven't seen it, it's gonna
Mackenzie,
gut you. Not you, I'm talking like generally to the
I know, but why
podcast
would you choose?
because I love that movie. But if you want to
I
be
mean,
gutted
yeah,
mentally, it's
that's what I
horrible.
mean. It's not like
But
let's feel
it's
good about
like
ourselves.
it's a really cute ending and it's like it's
I
a
mean,
really good
yeah.
artwork. Like the whole background is like
No,
watercolor and then like the actual
but I
2D
feel like that's
animations in
not
front
helping
of
the
it.
case.
And the moose are so funny. They're like Canadian hockey player moose
I
and it's
haven't watched that
really
movie
funny.
in
The
forever.
bloopers
Like
are
since I was in like
hysterical.
grammar school. I love it.
And one of my other favorite underrated Disney movies to watch when I like really need to pick me up is Lion King 1.5.
Oh my God. I used to love that one.
It's so
I
funny.
also think it's so funny that they did that. They made a 1.5 movie is so funny to me.
I
Like,
heard that the new Pixar movie that just came out, I want to say it's called Elio,
yeah.
they brought back the blooper reels. And if I will go see I wasn't gonna go see it obviously because I'm an adult and don't have children. Um
You can absolutely walk into a movie theater and go see a Disney
I
Pixar
was
movie.
I was thinking about it and then I was like, no, it's like expensive, whatever, I don't have kids. I did, however, force my 13-year-old brother to watch Brother Bear with me and he was not happy until the end and he's like, All right, fine. He didn't like the ending though.
I I couldn't tell you the last Disney movie I saw. Like I think that literally the last one I watched in full was Inside Out 2 on the airplane to Australia. And the
Okay.
funniest thing is anybody this I like should have known this coming in, but obviously it's like Riley plays hockey, so I was like, "Oh, I loved Inside Out, like the first one, whatever." It was so funny and ironic to me. I'm sitting there and I'm like, I cannot stand this anxiety like character. I want to kill him. Like I them.
Her.
I don't know. Yeah, her, whatever. I was so mad. I was like, oh my god, I can't stand. And I'm like, the reason I can't stand the anxiety character
It's because
is
it's
because
in your
that's
own
what I
head.
felt. I was sitting there on the plane. And I'm like, okay, enough. I watched it. We're done. Next one.
No, I like
It's
I hate
like
Inside Out because I'm like, you're
it made me too self-aware.
stop
I was
it.
like, I can't stand this stupid
Well, that's
character. And
like
then I'm like, the reason why,
I was texting you
because
about Ginny and Georgia, which you haven't watched, but I was like, it's really mean to me, who is a mentally ill human being.
yeah,
Um, being like, hey, you know how you feel all the time. I'm gonna put it
here's on
right in your
screen.
face.
Yeah,
Um, no, Inside Out 2 was so good. I also have to say,
I loved
if
it.
like the question, like the fear that Riley has that she's like not gonna make this team, meanwhile, the moves that she's pulling are like
I know.
generational talent.
And she's like what, 10 or 12 or something, right?
No, I think she's going into high school
Well,
for the second
yeah,
movie.
never mind. Yeah, because she's like, yeah, because there's like the whole puberty thing, right? Or there's,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So okay, so like 13. Yeah,
I
you're right.
just,
But I thought it was so funny. I'm sitting there and I'm like, I like the movie ended and I can't go anywhere. I'm on this plane for like 10 more hours, and I'm like, wow, that made me feel kind of bad. Like there's a
yeah,
reason I hated that character. I was
yeah.
like, all
Uh-huh.
right,
But
yeah,
like Maya
not
Hawke did
a.
such a good job with it, and they did such a
It's so
good job
good.
with like the panic attack, like that whole, oh, it was so good.
Also, it's just like I also think it's the way it made me realize like I'm like the processing of it. I'm like they also did such a good job making it realistic where I was like, oh wait, hold on one second. I know why. That was the last one I
Yeah.
watched in full. In theaters, I could not tell you. Like Cars 3
I saw Inside Out 2
was
in
10 years
theaters.
ago.
So, and then I
But
think before
I
that,
love it.
I want to say
I don't count any of
Frozen
the Avengers movies.
2.
Oh, I forgot.
No, I don't count those as like Disney movies.
No, me either. I didn't see
Frozen 2
Frozen.
probably, except I had a final like that morning and then I went there for a kid's birthday party and I think I literally fell asleep watching it. So I've never actually seen Frozen 2, but that's the last like I saw it in theaters theoretically.
I watched that one at home. But anyway,
But if we're talking
fun
about
fact.
Marvel movies, like I saw Thunderbolts in theaters. So,
Yeah, like I haven't seen any of them since like the last Avengers movie, I think. No, I
like
saw
Endgame?
Spider-Man. No, 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 I saw
Okay.
Spider-Man. That's a lie. That's the only one I've seen. Since yeah, the last Avengers, but for a while I was on we used to go as a family and everything. Like we like it was like a specific this is the day we're going. We're going to the fancy theater with whatever, and it was like a
Yeah.
whole thing, and then that was it. But
We used to do the same thing and then my parents got divorced.
oh, sorry. They just stopped making the movies. And then we had no reason, like, there's no reason to go anymore.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
it's fine. Anyways, this is a hockey podcast. So, um,
That
the
was kind of hockey
Oilers?
related.
Yeah.
Inside Out 2 is hockey related. We were not completely off topic.
And there was a
Let it be
PWHL
known.
player in the movie, so it
Yes,
counts.
exactly.
Kendall Coyne Schofield,
Point
our
proven.
multi-talented queen.
Yes.
Um, I have to, I will be very honest with everybody right now. I have been watching these finals like a casual. They are
Valid.
on, and I am kind of watching it,
I
but I am
will
also scrolling
say,
TikTok.
I think it's a better series than it was last year.
Yes, I would agree.
In like a game by game sense, not I mean the whole like coming back from being down 3-0 is itself like a whole other thing.
Yeah.
But game by game, I think the games have been way better
Yeah.
and more exciting. But we are still we come to you today in the same situation we were like 4 times last year where the same team could have won,
Yeah.
and there's only two wait, let me do
Two
math.
games
Yeah,
left.
2 games.
So as of right now, where we stand, the Florida Panthers are up 3-2 against the
Correct.
Edmonton Oilers.
And they're
I
going
will
back
say,
home.
Yeah, the Florida's
for game
going
6.
back to Florida. Um, the game is going back. The
It
series is
sounds
going back
goofy.
to
They're going to
Florida.
South Florida.
Um, I feel like the Oilers' third period last night looked like they gave up. Except for
Yeah,
like the last 5 minutes,
everybody
maybe.
was kind of like, oh, this was the only game that they didn't have 2 days between like game 4 and game 5. There was only one day between, so that was like there was no travel and like a rest day. It was just travel. The next day it was a game.
Yeah.
So everybody's kind of like, oh, maybe that was the reason why they were like slow. And I was like, but that I feel like would be an excuse for Florida, not you guys going home.
I mean, they
So I don't
both
know if,
traveled though.
yeah,
So,
I don't know if that plays a part into it where it's like, okay, it's the first game of the series where you don't have that period of time between it.
well, I
But
do
they
wonder
didn't
if
look like they
Edmonton,
were
I wonder if
in it.
Edmonton like went home and then I don't know how Edmonton does it. I know like the Rangers typically like stay in like a hotel, I want to say, in the city when they have
Yeah,
home
didn't the Bruins?
games.
Who did that? Like last year?
I think it was the
I
Bruins.
want to say it was the Bruins, right? They stayed somewhere separate and they were like,
Yeah.
because it was closer.
Yeah, so I'm not sure
Yeah,
if like they went home to see like their wives and whatever and then
I
also
don't
went to the
know
hotel and like if there was like more I guess like more like
to do.
extracurricular travel for
Yeah,
them as opposed to
just showing up and being like, hey, I
like
got a game
Florida just
tomorrow.
going to
Go
the
to bed.
hotel and yeah.
Yeah, that's a
I
good
don't
point.
know. I also we said it on the last podcast, Florida is a formidable playoff team, but Edmonton just looks like they just like gave up that third period and it was really upsetting because like it's been a good series so far.
Yeah, there
Game
hasn't been a
four
lot
was
of
so chaotic.
lopsided, like, they've all been good down to the wire, even if it's in regulation and if it requires overtime. But like, game 5 was the first one where I was like, oh,
It felt
okay,
like Edmonton
nothing's
laid
happening.
down and was like, Florida
Yeah,
can win the whole thing. Have fun.
exactly. And like, you're not gonna win the next game or the series if you're gonna do that.
So I think
But
also it was correct. It was the first game that Pickard started in the finals, right?
yes, yeah,
So that's also part of it because they had pulled Stu in game four.
which is as we've been saying since like the regular season, the Oilers don't have goaltenders.
No.
When you have to switch between two goaltenders in the Stanley Cup final because neither of them are good enough, you might have a little bit of a problem.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of a problem. It also doesn't help that like none of their like at work we were talking so heavily in the first 3 rounds about their depth players and everybody that wasn't McDavid or Draisaitl were actually scoring and they were carrying their own weight. And then we get to the final and like
Disappeared.
nobody else is doing anything except for and Connor and Leon haven't like their numbers aren't the same as they were last year. Like in this series,
Leons are
actually
better.
Leon's been better, but not so much McDavid. But you still can't win with two players doing everything. Yeah, the depth in the goaltending is a major problem. And like
I
Florida, on
just,
the other hand, has both of those things figured out. Like Bob hasn't been amazing, but he's been good enough. Like he's
it's
not bad.
similar
I don't
to,
know how to explain it. It's just it's not like playoff Bob, but he's still playing well enough where it's like the Panthers don't have to worry about him letting in bad goals because they're also playing well in
I
front of
know,
him.
but when you looked at Skinner at the beginning of
Oh, he
game
was amazing in
four,
the beginning. Oh, no, yeah.
you were like, oh my God, nothing is getting through this man tonight.
Yeah.
And then they pull him. And
Well,
I just
yes.
sometimes I need to like sometimes I want to look at a coach and be like, you realize it's not your goaltender, right? Like it's everyone around your goaltender that's causing the
Yep.
problem. And
But
like I
they
get
can't
that pulling
pull
your
everybody
goalie.
else on the team.
I know.
I
And I
mean, you
get
can
that
sit
like,
them,
but are you
but
really trying to prove a point in the middle of a final?
no. No, I would hope not.
I just it's a really upsetting look to have like such a great first four games and then
Yeah.
look at game five and go, so the Panthers are just gonna crush
I
them in game
also
six and win.
like I still don't think it's going to end in 6. I still think it'll go to 7. But I don't know how to like describe like the feeling of like the way they played like the Oilers played in game 5, it gave me like I don't want to say no hope, but I was kind of like, "Oh, game 6, we're going back to Florida. They're not particularly great at home this season, but like they're going to have that extra motivation to win the cup in front of their own fans. All this other stuff going on. So it's like you can't guarantee you're going to get a game 7 out of it. So it feels a little deflating. But at the same time, I'm like, no, no, we're going to get a game 7. I I would hope.
I
I
do think
can't
it's also
guarantee
very
it.
upsetting because you're seeing like a lot of people on social media say that this is one of the best finals they've seen in recent history. Like, and I would agree that it's one of the
Yeah,
most fun where like if you don't have a horse in the race, like it's
yeah.
fun just to watch until game five.
That's what I mean. It was such like a
Because like game
downer.
five didn't even feel like good hockey, with the exception of
Also,
Brad Marchand, where
it
like he
doesn't
was
feel like
killing it.
it. Yeah, it doesn't also. It's like when you think of a Stanley Cup final game, that isn't one I would imagine. Like that's a regular playoff, if you even want to say playoff game. It doesn't feel like it belongs in a final
No,
at all.
especially a tied final that's gone to overtime three times.
Yeah,
And it felt like a different Oilers team showed up. And I hope for the
I'm
sake of like
nervous.
having entertainment that they
It
pick
goes to
it back
7.
up and they
Yeah,
figure it out. Even if they lose in game six, I would like to see them
a more
put up
competitive
a
game
fight.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, don't just give the Panthers a back-to-back. Make them fight for it.
yeah, and I think I would hope they would feel that way, like as players. You don't want to give it up like that easily, but there's also only so much you can do as like one person when you're on a 23-man roster and everybody has to do their job.
To a certain extent.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm like nervous. I also like can't believe we're this close for it being like done. Like I know, and this is so funny because like 2 years ago we had like a game like when the Panthers lost to Vegas, it was a 5-game series, and I was like, oh yeah, whatever, it's fine. We got to game 5, and I'm like, whoa, we're almost done.
Well,
Like, what do you mean? It's
you
like,
put on threads yesterday that we wouldn't have it's like the last Saturday of hockey
yeah,
or something like that. And oh my God, the comments, you would think that we were trying to start a
sorry
war.
guys. No, I wasn't. I was just making a statement because I also realized that I was like, oh no,
We had like 10
game
quote
7 is like
tweets.
next Friday, so that's it, or this upcoming Friday. Sorry.
And like there's still the
So
AHL playoffs, though I think those are over by
those
next
will be,
week
yeah, same.
too.
I think same time.
Um,
If that goes game 7,
yeah, that's if it goes to
there's
a 7.
7 games. Yeah.
But like the quote tweets were really funny to read and be like, okay, people are angry. Maybe this was not the good best time to be like, by the way, your coping mechanism is going to be gone
Like,
next week.
sorry. You all get to breathe and not have like this sport control your life for a little bit. Go
Yeah, because I
outside,
think that everyone
come
needs it
back.
too for a minute.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Um, I I don't know how to fix the Oilers by Tuesday.
There isn't a way.
No, but like
Like
I'm trying to
a
think
real
of like
fix.
I'm trying to think of what can happen. I personally would put Skinner back in. Um,
I think they're going to, but you can't trust either of them, which sounds really horrible.
no, but I think that you can trust Skinner more than you
A
can
little
trust
more.
Pickard right
I
now.
fear that if like he lets in 3 goals again in the first period, then they're gonna be like, oh, let me pull you, and that's it.
Okay,
And
but it
then
worked in game four, so you never know.
I just, I don't know. I don't
I
want to be, I'm glad I'm not the one in charge of making that decision
no.
because I don't think I could be able to do it in like a sensible way to be like, this is the right decision. I have no confidence in that.
I would put Skinner back in. I think that's the right decision.
I agree.
Um,
I honestly think they will.
I think
And every time he gets pulled, we did the same thing when he got pulled in LA and he got pulled last year in Vancouver. Yes. He came back those next games and was like amazing.
yeah, so
So
hopefully
like,
that works out for them.
just
I
give it
think
just a little boost.
I think also they need to work on turnovers at the blue line.
Yeah.
Because I feel like specifically talking about like that Marchand goal, um, it was a sloppy turnover
Yep.
that he went
You could
with.
have avoided it. It could have been avoided.
And even like
Which,
I was watching some breakdowns of even just like some like poor plays that led to like more zone time for Florida, or there was like an extended period of zone time for the Oilers and they just completely like gave it up because of a
yep,
like a bad blue line. And I think that you need to have a better like point person there or a better QB or however you want to refer to
yeah,
it when it's a 5-on-5.
to keep
Um,
it,
because if you're going to be sloppy at the blue line in the finals, you should not be on the blue line in the finals.
yeah,
Um, because
period.
well, okay,
But I agree. Like that's,
I think that there's something there's a this is like a thing that's like I guess well known, but if you're more of a casual hockey fan, hi, welcome. Let me try to elevate how you watch hockey. Don't watch the puck.
oh, I was like, what are you gonna say?
If you have the capacity, like once you figure out how to track the puck, stop doing it
Mm,
because plays typically
facts.
start in the defensive zone or they start by like a bad turnover and it's more interesting I think when you watch the whole and it's hard. I understand that it's difficult
Yeah,
to watch all of it. Um, but also if you're one of those people who's like, I can't see the puck, then stop watching the puck and watch the rest of the play develop. And I think that that's how you
it's a
get
little
better
easier the more
about,
you do it.
yeah, it's easier the more that you do it. And it's also, it's how you get better at talking about hockey.
Hmm.
Because like if like we both write articles, we both write game recaps. If we only write about where the puck is, we're missing.
I'd be like the play-by-play and like the our media site, the NHL like lists everything that
Yeah.
happens. You'd be like, well, puck entered this, did that, this. It'd be
Yeah,
so boring. You
you're
wouldn't want to read
missing
it.
90% of the game too.
Yeah,
So I
true. That's a
just
fact.
like, and I think that that's like where Edmonton is. I think that they are too focused on the puck right now, and they're not focused
Yeah,
enough on the remaining four players in the zone,
everyone else.
except for Leon Draisaitl.
Yeah,
And he's been good at making space for himself, but I think that Florida has also gotten better throughout the series at blocking that space.
yeah. They've gotten really good at just. They didn't really give him and McDavid a lot of space, but they've gotten so good at just giving them nothing.
Yeah.
Like it's they might get an assist or a goal or whatever, but they are not showing up the way you'd think they would because Florida is just like suffocating them.
And
And
I
that's like if that's your path to win,
yeah.
I yes, it's valid because that's basically who you should be targeting. But that's not very good for the Oilers
No, and I think
because
also that's when you watch the Oilers try to set up for their goals, they keep passing and passing and passing because they're looking for
yeah,
that shot. And
hmm
I think
the
what,
perfect lane
yeah, and I,
just doesn't exist.
again, this, well, sometimes it does.
It
And
does.
I like this
Okay,
is
but sometimes is the key
so,
word.
yeah, well, this is so obvious. And like, I hate saying it in a way that makes it seem like I'm some all-seeing creature of hockey, but like, they need to go for like dirtier goals right
Yeah,
now. And I
just
think
shoot
that
the puck in the first place because if you have anybody in the front of that net who can just shove it in there, it's gonna count. Well, pending
hopefully.
goaltender interference if you don't mess with the goalie.
But
But
that's, I also feel like they're not, and I, again, am watching these rather casually. I don't feel like they are getting as in
they're
front
not.
of Bob as they could
But
be.
that's because Florida is not allowing them. Like, again, we had a thing today about
I know, but there's films. Florida
no,
does
I
this. You
know.
should be able
You
to
also yeah,
counterattack
you
that.
should know that. So I don't know
You
why
should
they're
not have to
not doing
have two
it.
girls on the internet tell you that for you to
Guys,
be
this is
able to
so
figure it
obvious. You should be aware. In case if you aren't, like, get with it.
out. Just
Just a
call
little.
no block up.
Literally. Here's a plan. It's laid out right here in video form multiple times.
I think
Get
it's
on it.
difficult to watch it and not feel very frustrated as an
Yes.
Oilers fan, or anyone who's rooting for the Oilers right now and be like, what are you doing? Because it seems it's like when you're watching a horror movie and you're like, don't open
You
the
see it coming.
door. That's how
Yeah.
this feels.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's a perfect way of summing it up. There's been so many Florida goals too, where like before anything even happens, based on the plays happening, I'm like, give it 2 seconds and they're gonna score. And you can
Yeah.
see it forming before like anybody else in the ice is aware of it. And again, as somebody who's watching it on a television,
Well, yeah, you have a completely different perspective. You have a bird's
yes.
eye view of the game, which also,
But
by
also
the way, I have a complaint.
what?
I really hate when they cut the cameras so much during the game. That's why I like watching a game in person because you have one view the whole time.
Yeah.
But sometimes when they go to the corners or behind the goalie, I'm like, I can't see anything.
My least favorite is the stupid like drone shot that comes in like this, and I'm like, what am I getting out of that? I can't see anything. Like I can,
An
I
Emmy
can't
nomination,
comprehend
I
it,
think.
and I don't know what is happening.
Uh,
But yes,
yeah,
Oilers,
they
please
need to
get
get
with
it
it.
together. Yeah.
Please get with it for not the humanity, the sanity of all the hockey fans that don't like the Panthers. Please, one ask.
I agree. We did talk about the expansion draft, right? After it happened? Yeah, we did.
The signings. I don't think we
No.
did the actual draft because it
Oh
was
no,
on.
yeah, the draft happened on Monday. Wow.
Yeah, it feels like way longer than that already.
Forgot about that.
What the heck?
Seattle and Vancouver are going to be scary, and I am thankful that,
We're all fearful,
yeah,
fearing for our lives.
I am very thankful that they are drafting 7 and 8
Oh yeah, I know.
instead of
I think
earlier.
if they had a higher pick, like
I think everyone
everybody
would
would
have
be
rioted.
rioting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like it wasn't very good after the expansion draft when everybody was like, "Oh, now their rosters are built the way." Well, the 12
Yeah, half of the
players on the
roster.
roster, which is a good chunk of the roster. Um, but if they had like I'd say higher than like 5. Like if they were like 3 and 4 even,
Yeah.
people would have been like, absolutely not. So, I don't know if that was like intentional. I know they said it was like a random drawing or whatever, right? But it's kind of giving intentionally made like that. So,
No,
because
no,
the
no,
league is
no.
aware,
They
but
were intentionally put 7 and 8. The random drawing was to pick which one was 7 and which one was 8, and then they're gonna
I okay.
alternate
That's
between.
I
So
knew
like
that part.
it's gonna be Vancouver 7, Seattle 8, and then the
See, so
next
they
round
were
it's gonna be
aware.
Seattle 7. Yeah.
They were aware they needed to be 7 and 8. Which also
Well,
that's not even a bad place to be in relation to like who you're gonna get in those spots. It's just
yeah.
after everybody that you got in the expansion draft, you need to sit out of the draft for a little bit, just a
Well,
little
I
bit.
even like I was talking to some of my family about it today who don't really pay attention to the PW, but they are like aware that there was an
Aware.
expansion draft, and they were like, "Well, they could protect 6 players, right?" And I'm like, "Nope, 3,
The
and
craziest
then a
thing I
fourth."
saw, which I was like I knew about it, but I wasn't like fully processing it. Um, Sarah Fillier is and this is still pending, obviously, is the only player that is with her original team that was drafted in the first round of the 2024 draft, which
Yup.
that's a problem.
Yup.
Like, you just had all those 6 teams, 5, I guess, because we're not counting New York since they kept theirs, but they drafted those players for a reason and then lost to them. That's like the draft didn't even happen.
I feel like their first overall pick should have been
It
able
should have
to
been
be like an
protected.
automatic
A
protection.
separate, yeah.
The way that it was done, like I saw a
I
lot of
think we
people
have a
who were
lot
like,
to
I don't care
learn
about the rules. And yeah, I feel like we have a lot to
going
learn for the
forward.
next time we expand
Yes.
because
It cannot I feel like it can't go that way again. I
no.
I also I think like in terms of the way like yes, again, you want people in the seats in Seattle and Vancouver. You got big enough names, you got very good players to do that. And everybody was kind of like it'll balance out in the end with the original not original 6, inaugural 6 and the 2 expansion teams. And it probably will.
hmm
But I think like the losses that those 6 teams experienced in terms of players leaving those teams is going to hurt them attendance-wise and however they try and rebuild those sections of their roster as a team for at least 2 seasons, depending on how this draft goes. Like, there's no way you're going to be on the same level
Well, that's
remotely.
at least New York, especially.
I
Like,
would also argue Boston is in there. Like, they
also,
actually,
I think, I
Ottawa
think
lost a lot, but they didn't.
Toronto and Montreal are in a decent enough
They're
place.
okay, yeah.
Montreal, I think, definitely won
They
the
knew what they were doing.
protection. They did a good job with
They
it.
said, I know exactly what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it right. And they did.
So, yeah, they did a good job. Toronto, I think, did well enough. I know that losing Nurse was like a big hit to them, but I think that they like
I think it was
knew.
more character and not like she's not she's a very, very good player, but I think I don't want to say like you can continue playing without her because you could, but I think it's more about the morale and
But I think also she was injured for two
who she is. Yes.
seasons. She's a good name to draw over to
That's what I mean.
Vancouver.
Yeah.
Um, I
People
like
know
I
who she is.
Yeah, and also like there's a few free agents on Toronto that I think will definitely determine how they end up shaking up with their roster. That's the other thing
Also,
is
doesn't
free
that
agency
window
starts.
close?
Nope, free
No,
agency
open.
starts tomorrow at 9.
Guys, I don't know what day it is anymore. I genuinely do not know, but it's fine. Yes,
So
tomorrow.
Monday, June 16th at 9 a.m., the free agency
Chaos.
window opens, and then on the 24th is when they're doing the draft, the entry draft. And
Yes.
so like a lot's gonna happen in the next like 2 weeks for the PW before we can really like have an idea of like what we're really looking at, I think.
Yeah.
Because I do think a lot of the free agency moves are going to happen pretty early on because we're already hearing rumblings.
Yeah.
So
I'm just
I,
nervous. I'm very, very nervous.
yeah,
'Cause I don't know. I want like again, I want like it's a given. I want this league to do well. I want Vancouver and Seattle to do well. But I think
obviously.
yes, again, obviously, like I don't know. I don't feel like I feel like I would say that, but I feel like it should be known.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's very hard to kind of like picture how the league is going to look with those two teams and the rosters that they have already constructed from the six teams that we got used to in 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
I don't
am,
know. And I also like again the whole playoff picture thing. I don't know if that's going to change
yeah, we don't know yet.
whatever's pending, but I don't know. I'm excited, but I'm like nervous. I'm like
Yeah. I I think that come the beginning of July,
mm,
we'll be able to speak a little bit better about like where the teams actually
what it
stand.
looks like. Yeah.
Yeah. Because also like we have no idea what the remaining 12 or like 11
Also,
whatever members of
those two teams, like the other six, can invite players who don't get drafted or like on like a I guess you're also calling it a PTO. But like a hey, come try out for the team. If you make the
yeah.
team, you make it. If you don't, you don't. And we have no idea who those players are until training camp.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of time to kind of evaluate who goes where and what's happening. And I
I
feel like I don't want to say we're all overreacting, but like it's a valid reaction for what we know already.
I think we're all reacting properly, but I
That's what I
think
mean
that there's
normally.
still more to be determined before
Yes.
we like, especially
Actually be
Sirens
like,
fans, have a full-on crash out.
yeah,
Although that's a little valid. I will say we did have the press conference with their GM, and he was saying that he's very confident in their decor and they are very confident in Kaylee Osborne. Um, so it sounds like they have an idea of what they're looking for going into the entry draft and free agency, and that their intention was to protect their defensive core.
core. Yeah.
So that is
It's
the
a
answer for
it's
why
a
they
job
protected who they protect.
I
Who they
wouldn't have
picked up.
wanted for any of them. I don't I wouldn't have wanted to do it. I don't know.
Nope, I'm still
I'm
distraught
excited.
over losing Jesse though.
I
So,
don't like I don't know what to make of it. Like I'm excited, but at the same time it's really hard because there's only 8 teams and I'm like I even when there were six, I was like, I want all of you to do well. It's so
yeah.
happy. I'm glad this even exists. Like I want you all to make the playoffs. And it does not work that way. And I wish it did.
No.
And it's fine. It's totally fine. Kind of. But once it like surfaces like rounds itself out,
Yeah.
we'll have a better picture of it. And then of course when we actually start have have games being played, it'll come into
Yeah.
fruition. But as of right now, uh people still have strong feelings
Yeah.
about how it went. So Particularly the worst again are if you are a Sirens or a Fleet fan. I am so sorry. Ottawa,
Yeah.
I feel like lost I don't Ottawa lost 4 players too, but
Well, everyone lost four players,
yeah,
Brie.
but I feel like it wasn't. Yeah, you're right. I can't do math. Yeah, duh. I just feel like
Um,
that one wasn't as much of a blow.
it didn't feel like it. I think
It
also
was
like
just
the
like
players that some people thought were gonna get taken didn't.
didn't.
Um, so
Which
whatever.
love that for those teams.
Yeah,
You get to you know,
it's past my
keep
bedtime.
moving. I know, but yeah, that
Um,
happened. It was chaotic and it happened, but it's done. So now it's just free agency and the actual draft, which the expansion draft wasn't not a draft, but not new players. These are all new players.
do you want to circle back to the Conn Smythe?
Oh yeah, if you want, we have time.
And like this is just gonna be like a really quick thought because regardless of who wins this series,
Yeah.
I think it's between Brad Marchand and Sam Bennett. And
Well, Mackenzie, I hope you like. I don't bet, so if you want to bet, they're the two odds-on favorites to
I'm
win or
not betting
lose.
anything. Um,
Yes, and I also think we had this conversation today at work where I didn't look it up specifically off the top of my head. In recent memory, I can't think of when this happened of a player winning the Conn Smythe and leaving said team immediately, like not for the next season.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
because they're both free
And if
agents.
either of them, yeah, like if either of them win and whoever it is, if they leave, that's crazy to me that you
Good
just won the
money
Conn
for them.
Smythe and you're like, see ya. Yeah,
Great money for
they're
them.
raising their price tag crazy amount. Um, but I also think I don't know how you don't give it to Brad Marchand,
Okay, I'm
win or
glad we're in
lose.
agreement there because
Sam Bennett, I respect it, but like Brad Marchand's 37 and doing what he's doing.
I don't even think that necessarily matters. I'm looking
It's
at
crazy.
like when you think of the Florida Panthers, there are definitely names that come to mind. Brad Marchand,
Known Boston Bruin.
but like even on the Bruins, when you would be talking about like the
Yeah, it's
best
more
player on the
pasta.
team, he's not in like the top three most of the time when you're
I
having that
think
conversation.
it's very like because the conversation came up too where I've heard it the argument been made for Seth Jones like got out of Chicago where he was not playing very well and then like all of a sudden he ends up in Florida and he's like great. And not to
I wouldn't
say
say
no,
great.
but better, but like not
Yeah.
to say that Marchand wasn't a well-known player and playing well and later on in his career, but for some reason he got to Florida and all of a sudden it's just been like 0 to 100. It
They gave him
looks like
drugs.
he's
I'm
a
kidding.
rookie.
But like,
Like it's crazy.
no, there definitely
Also,
is
I agree.
like I
He's
just
oh my
like
god, the sun. I'm alive again. There's sun in Boston, but
not as
not as much
much.
sun. Yeah,
We're
that's what
cold
I
up
mean.
here all the time.
It's warm and sunny.
No, it genuinely like you can look at Sam Bennett all you want, but if when you're looking at like direct impact on the entirety
The
of also
team.
that's the thing is it's the entirety of the playoffs.
Yeah, that too. It's not just your cup final. I think the cup final plays the biggest role in it because honestly,
Well,
if
yeah,
McDavid
but
didn't have this final he did last year, which again was a loss, I don't think he would have gotten it.
no.
So I think there's like there is a little bit of a recency bias about being like, okay, you did have a really good final,
But
but
even
that
in a
also doesn't
recency
win
bias.
you but that's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't that only adds on to your case. It doesn't make your case. You know what I mean? Like you should
Yeah.
already be going to win the Conn Smythe based on however whatever you do before the playoffs or before the final.
See, if I was
But
someone who bet, I would have put money on Marchand like 4 weeks ago
oh yeah, it would have been
because
crazy.
at the begin no at the I would love to find the numbers, but I won't be able to at this point because I don't care enough to find them. But
That's real.
at the beginning of the playoffs, I want to say after like game one or two, Marchand's name got very loosely thrown around for like if he makes it to the finals, does he get the Conn Smythe, like whatever, whatever. And the plus on that was so
I
insane, and
know.
I'm a little mad at myself for not
See?
taking it. Um,
It's okay
but
next time.
fortunately, I don't gamble that
Yeah,
much.
I know. I'm the same way. I'm like, I don't.
Well, I did. I
No,
did
no.
gamble on the cup final last year, but it was like $5.
Okay, so
So
not like a whole lot, but yes. But
I'm not betting my rent for the month
I
on.
do agree though. I also think it's funny, not funny, that if the Panthers were to win and or not, if Martian wins the Conn Smythe in its entirety, but also I think if he wins that and the cup, Boston might as well saw themselves off into the sea because you gave that man up for almost basically nothing. A 2027 draft pick.
I did see, I want to
Like,
say it was Sarah posted this morning. She was saying that it seems more like a fair trade than I think that people are making it out to be, considering where Boston was this season.
oh yeah.
And like, yes, I think it was a really hard pill to swallow, being like, okay, Brad's gone, our captain's gone. Um,
Yeah, but then he goes to the rival and then potentially wins a cup and then the Conn Smythe.
yes.
Like, if it was me, I'd be like, I'm so sorry.
Well, my thing is,
I'm not a fan. I don't like that.
I just,
Not that I'm a Bruins fan.
I think that Boston should have waited to re-up some contracts in their front office
Absolutely.
until
Yeah. They should
after
have
the cup
there
final.
should have been lots of other things that happened, but like they should have just waited for the season to be officially over, not their season.
The whole thing. I
Yes,
just, I
but
said when he left, I was like, Brad leaving's going to suck because he's going to do better wherever he goes.
mm-hmm.
Um, but it hurts that it is the Panthers, and
Yeah.
it hurts that he's doing so well because also I feel like it means that he wasn't given the opportunity that he could have been in
In
Boston.
Boston,
Because like
yeah.
obviously he has the skill. It's more of like he wasn't around the right people and like yada yada. And it's the same thing with like when
True.
Capo Caco went to Seattle and like popped off. It's like, okay, maybe he has like a different
Yeah, maybe
mentality.
it's not the actual player. It's like,
Yeah,
who's
there's other
around said
factors.
player.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
So I just it mm, I don't
I think
see a
it'll be
world where he
interesting.
doesn't win it unless he completely
No,
loses the game for them the next
but I
two.
also think like it also begs the question of, okay, you have if you want to keep him and Bennett, one of them has to take a cut if you want to keep both of them. And if you don't keep both of them, who are you taking? For
I think
what price tag?
at least as far as like rumors go, I believe that Bennett's
They
camp
say Bennett's gonna stay,
is in like a pretty
quote
like
unquote.
they're close to having it
But like, why would
decided.
you? I know he's technically a rental, but like, why would you just be like, okay, see ya. Thanks for that cup and the great run. Goodbye.
I know, but there is a cap.
No, it is very possible too that he just is like, okay, I'm done.
But also that being said, that's when you look at state income tax and see if they could take a cut.
Yeah, true.
So
Or the whole like, who did it? Was it Seth Jarvis? The whole like delaying a certain amount of money, the later you go or the longer the contract is, like you get
yeah.
paid
Well
in like a
yeah,
certain
there's
increment, which I was
ways.
like crazy. I don't know any of that, but I'm like, I
Good for
love that
his
for you.
agent.
Yeah,
I will say as far as Darvis goes, and like I think that Brad could probably have a similar
plan.
situation where like
Sounds
there's
like a
some
payment
kind of
plan.
loophole. Yeah.
You get this much later on, you get
Well,
this much as
also, like you said, he's 37. How much
yeah,
longer is he realistically playing? Um,
as long as he wants. I don't really know.
at a level that,
Is like beneficial to said team.
well, I also, and I hate to have this conversation, but with the Olympics coming up next year, I have to wonder how many players call it quits after that because, like, okay, I had one more Olympics. This was
Yeah, like a
my,
benchmark of it. Like, okay, this is
yeah.
my last season. Like the
Well, like
cumulative. I'm
Hillary Knight
over.
just came out and said that that's like this is her final Olympics, and everyone's like, okay, so what about the PW? And she's like, no, no, I'm staying. But then she only
Yeah,
signed a 1 year contract in Seattle.
I yeah.
So whether that
There's
means that
a bunch
she
of one
wants,
years where I was like, okay,
but like whether
side
that means
eye
she wants to go back to
to
Boston or she
Boston.
wants to go somewhere else or she wants to like raise her contract value over the next year in Seattle, like
Yeah,
I don't know.
and it also means she doesn't. She could stay in Seattle.
Yeah.
Like it's very much giving. Like I also felt this way when Fleury was done. I was like. Oh no. We are like
It's starting.
we're nearing the pages turning, and I'm not like I love all the like the younglings coming in fine, but I'm like, no, we can't be moving the other people out.
It
Leave them be.
really it is starting and I don't like it.
No, I like feel like I don't even know how to describe it. Like
No.
I'm like, no, no, stay where you are. I will not be letting you leave. Goodbye.
I feel like it's like one of the last pieces of like my childhood that I have of like these
Yeah,
players are still playing and now they're leaving and I like okay, like when
it's
David Wright
wild.
left the Mets, I was unwell.
I wasn't
Um,
watching baseball at that time, but I love that for you. Not
well
really.
like yeah, I just when he
I
left, I was
had
like,
a
"Oh,
feeling
that's
about like
he was like
in
my player in my
perspective.
head."
I felt that way when Eli Manning was done with the Giants, and I was like, whoa, yeah, sorry, I don't care.
Anyways,
Miss
um,
Girl, I actually have a super. I've like witnessed a Super Bowl that I remember.
can
The other
say
one I
yeah.
was the other one I was a little too young for. I was like I was aware, but I wasn't fully aware.
My brothers
But
mentioned this morning that they have not been alive for any of their teams to make it to a final. Because I want to
I
say the
mean,
last
yeah,
World Series the Yankees were in was 2009, and so they were not born yet.
they were there last year,
Yes,
so
I
that
haven't
one
seen them
counts.
win.
Oh wow, I was like, hold on a second.
Well, like,
And
yeah, no, like they
time.
saw them last. Sorry, yeah, they
Yeah,
saw.
but
I
they didn't
spoke it
win.
wrong.
Okay, yes, I know
Yeah,
what you mean.
but like the Knicks don't go anywhere. The Jets
That's
don't
only
even make
yes
it to the playoffs. The Islanders barely
the
make it to the
exception.
playoffs.
Yeah, but
They
I
have
know
an interesting
that's
fandom
the feeling where I'm
alignment.
like, okay, haha. I don't enjoy it. That also scares me
Yeah,
that we're nearing that like
I think
point in time.
I think Crosby's gonna be the worst of it for like
I'm
everyone.
telling everybody right now, do not reach out to contact me in any way that when that day happens. I will D&D will be on for the a week. I don't care.
Like
The worst part is if that happens when I'm working, if I still have the job I have now, I have to
it's
talk
gonna be
about it all the
rough. Yeah.
time.
Hmm.
I no. No,
Sorry.
I can't.
But no,
I don't even want to think about it.
Crosby's gonna be rough. And then like for me personally,
Mm-mm.
the next two is gonna be Knight and Pullen for
Yeah,
like
I'm not prepared.
no.
Like I don't know like I do know what hockey is without them, but like
But I don't
not
want to
same
know.
time.
I don't want
Like
to
no,
see
no,
it
no. What do you mean?
permanently.
You have been here forever. That's that. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Again, I love all
I
the young
don't like
kids that
it.
are coming in. I'm a fan. It's so fun. But at the same time, the younger they get, the older other players get. And I'm like, no,
Also,
stop.
the older I feel, like I
Yeah, that
remember,
too.
like
When I see the birth dates on some of these kids in the draft, I'm like, what do you mean that was the year you were born?
I have always called
What?
hockey players like kid. I think like when I'm talking about like with like my grandpa, I'm like, oh yeah, like
Yeah.
that kid from Yale, da 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 da. And like I know that like Alex Lyon is like 8, 7 years older than I am. That's fine. Um, still call
In
him a kid.
theory,
Except now when I'm talking about the kids at
no, there's
Yale,
literal children.
they're literal children.
Literal children.
And I'm like, what do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are they
Mm.
18 years
Like, what are
old?
they doing? What are they doing?
It's
It gets me in
disgusting.
my like I'm like, what?
The shadows on my face are really pissing me off right now. Also, like, why does it look like that? Anyway.
I don't know.
Ah,
Anyway, now that I am gonna go think about that for the rest of my life. Not my night life, the night at
night.
least. I'm just gonna be upset about it.
Yeah, sorry to leave you on a depressing
It's
note.
okay. Just that's your note. That's your like reminder to appreciate. Like even if you're annoyed with your hockey team or whatever, like cherish it because it doesn't exist.
Chris Kreider? Chris
I was
Kreider?
gonna say
Chris Kreider?
your the format of your team is never gonna look the same way ever again. And
That man has been part of the Rangers for like most of the time that I have been a
you know
fan,
what
and
I
I
just
am
processed
not
today?
okay.
I
Mm.
was sitting there, and I forget how it came up. My phone probably was like, "Here's a memory," and I was like going to look for something, and my mom and I went to that game when they were playing the Flyers in like
Mhm.
April, and I remember I was like, "Oh, we were so upset that they were like they lost. It was
Last
horrific. It was
season?
so bad." No, this past season, like this April.
2024?
Yeah, no, this April,
Oh.
2025.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Okay, it was like an 8-5 loss. It was like if you liked goals being scored, it was fine, but it was a loss. And so I was like, my mom and I were like annoyed. We were like, oh, it was a loss, whatever, blah blah blah. And I like today at process, I was like, I had no
That
idea.
was the last time you saw Chris
The
Kreider play as
last
a
time I was
Ranger.
gonna see, yeah, I was like, I hate it. I was like, I had no
I want
idea,
to say the
no
last
idea.
Rangers game I went to this season was, I want to say it was against the Dallas Stars. It was that game where Kreider and Mika had that breakaway
Oh
tic-tac-toe,
yes, the
gorgeous.
crazy goal,
Oh
yeah.
my God. And I was like, thank
See,
God
we had
that's
no
like the
idea.
last time I got to see him play.
Yeah,
But like, oh,
I that literally processed in my head today, and I was like, oh, I hate that.
I'm so upset
No,
actually.
no. I was like, that's I'm not a fan
Like
of that
out of
either.
like the top players on that team, Kreider's the only one that I was like, keep him, keep him, keep him. He needs to
Yeah,
stay. And like I still think his number needs to be retired as a
I think it
Ranger.
will be
It better be.
eventually,
So
but
that's my thing.
yeah. There's your reminder,
Perish
everybody.
the moment, guys.
Just don't, yeah. Sorry, that's so
To
upsetting.
bring it back around to positive things, because I don't want to provide a
And
distraction from the world and then you guys be leaving depressed. I need
about
everyone
hockey.
to tell us in some form, whether it's a comment on this video or podcast, whatever the hell this thing is called, or like TikTok or Instagram or whatever. What is your favorite, either DCOM or just Disney movie?
Oh, Lemonade Mouth.
That's a good one.
I used to have. I don't have the CD anymore. I used to have the CD.
That's a good
I
one.
was. That was one of my faves.
I'm,
This protection program that was also up there.
that's a good
I'm
one.
trying to think of all the ones. I haven't watched a new
I
one in
love
like
High School
forever.
Musical too.
Oh, that's such a good one. All the High School Musicals, they're like core
Probably,
memories for me, but the two is the best one.
probably one of the Cheetah Girls movies.
Oh, I forgot about them.
I'd have to like look at all of them because also Cadet Kelly is such a good one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the other ones that I remember.
Also, Emperor's New Groove is one of my favorite movies ever. So,
Do we consider? Well, it's a Disney movie.
yeah. But
Yeah,
it's not a DCOM.
it's so fun. Yeah, was it a Waverly Place movie? That
That's a
was one
good
of
one.
my favorite. Oh, now I'm just gonna sit there and watch a bunch of Disney shows. Like, what are you doing? Actually,
I will tell you, my
please
Disney
leave me
Plus
alone.
subscription gets a lot of playtime
As it
because
should. There's everything you could want on there. Almost.
well, as like a Star Wars and Marvel nerd, and then someone who uses Disney Channel movies as like
That's
their
what I
comfort,
mean.
like I rewatch Boy Meets World all the time.
You don't have
So,
to go anywhere.
no, it's great.
Just same app. Rotating.
Slay.
But yes, I'm curious. Please tell us.
Yeah.
I want to know now.
All right. I'll see you next week with a
Thanks for
Stanley
listening.
Cup champion.
Well,
Yep.
oh yeah. Yeah. I'm doing it in my head. I don't know what's going on. But
Hockey will
yes.
be over.
By the time we get there, it will be the last game's on Friday. Yeah, correct. Correct.
All right.
That's
Well,
crazy.
we'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.